Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
Welcome into Chief Talk on this spooky Halloween night. I hope you're all having a good time. What is this, a floating pumpkin head? Its mouth isn't moving. Don't worry, all will be revealed. Welcome in, Jay Bates, Charles Adamson, Fireborn, Michael Zakovic, Bob Ellis. He's been gone for a few weeks, but we finally got him back from the depths of depravity. John Crawley, welcome into the show. Jay Bates, glad to have you. Gary C, so glad to have you as well. Hopefully everybody has had a wonderful trick-or-treat eve and everybody has gotten their candy and they're ready to sit back, relax, and have some cigars. My name's not Jack.
Welcome in. It was me the whole time. Don't you worry, guys. I know you guys are like, oh my goodness, Chief's not here this week. No, Chief's here. Don't worry. I told you guys we were trying to make sure. Ow, I just slammed my finger in between the pumpkin and the table. I might lose my fingernail. I told you guys I'd try my hardest to have a show this week, and by golly, Chief delivered. And if I could just put the same thing on my shirt without getting it in my beard, I could cover up this long hair over here and get wrapped up. Welcome in. Dan Burns won't be here long. Gotta keep the wife. Have a good evening. Always had school stuff past 2 weeks. Admin frowns on watching TV. All right, let's turn the slow jams off, and I could bring my camera back down. That pumpkin's so tall that I had to get the camera angle just right. Well, welcome in, everybody. Let me get my whole entire comment dashboard back up over here. Welcome in Chief Talk, Spooky Talk. October 31st. It is spooky Halloween. Hopefully you guys don't have any trick-or-treaters coming to your door throughout the show. You don't have to get up and get down too many times. Hopefully you guys are having a good little time. Tax preparation classes for her. But I will say this week we are joined back by Bob the Cigar Guy. Welcome in, Bob the Cigar Guy.
Hello, everybody.
Mr. DJ Slow Jams. I feel like I need to be home with my wife in a robe with a pipe. Oh, goodness, Jay. Turn the temperature down a little bit over there, buddy. It's only 8:22 for me. You're an hour behind. Now, I do want to say, let me go ahead and address this and go ahead and start this so that people who watch this back can not have to fumble through the stream. I did title tonight's show, Shave Chief's Beard. What? Shave Chief's Beard? That's right. We all know that next week we will not have a Chief Talk because we're going to be traveling to the Florida Barn Smoker. The Florida Barn Smoker means that the Barber and Cigar Company is going to be there. And you know what? I had this little epiphany last night as I was trying to drift off to sleep that I would really like to do more in my photography life and take pictures of people and be able to solicit my services of doing portraits and headshots and stuff. And, I really would love to just have this certain type of lens. And I thought, there were so many people who are willing to pay all sorts of money for me to chop my beard off and look like a little kid again. Maybe I should use it as a little superpower. So if tonight we raise the money to buy a lens, I will get my beard shaved off at the Florida Barn Smoker, and we will live stream it at the Florida Barn Smoker. Now, you ask, how much is this lens, Chief? Well, the lens is like $1,200. But I thought, that's not including the shipping and the tax and all that stuff. And then I'm going to have some emotional turmoil from my wife having to see me without a beard for like this for at least 6 months. I thought, if we could get a firm, $1,500? Does that sound fair? For a $1,300 lens? If there could be a firm $1,500 and I could get that in proof tonight through PayPal, I will have the Barber and Cigar Company shave my beard off completely, razor shave all the way down to the skin next week at the Barn Smoker.
Mustache too?
Mustache too.
So nothing but eyebrows and nose hair.
Yep. I'll take all of my facial hair off.
All right, so I have a question before other people ask this question. If you make $1,499, whatever number it is, and you don't meet that, what happens to that money?
So here's the thing, because I've been thinking about this. I would need it to be like we have an agreed amount of people in the chat who would be willing to do it tonight and send it to the PayPal. Because I think with PayPal, you can refund it, right? If somebody sends you money, you can send it back.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I don't know. Is that PayPal allowed to do that?
But even if, because there's been a couple things. One, I wouldn't want to do it unless we just got the amount. We had people that were like, yeah, I'm good for 20, I'm good for 700, I'm good for 1,000. Oh man, we've already got the money right there. Right? If that were the case and it was, boom, bang, bang, like we could prove that it was like coming to my PayPal and hit my PayPal, we would automatically do it. If we didn't have enough people lined up to be like, oh yeah, we're going to come in way short. I don't want to raise $900 and not, be able to do it. Right. Then there was a thought of, Well, if I raised just a certain amount of money and I didn't quite meet my goal within a certain amount of the goal, whatever money I did get, I would just give that to Cigars for Warriors in cash.
That's what I was thinking you would suggest. But Mac Berkson just missed all of that. He just showed up. Hey,
But
Mac, I love you, buddy.
What this means is you can go over to your Facebook page, find the Facebook Live video, and share it to your page, or send it to people who you know would love to see Chief have to shave his beard, that you know might have some deep pockets. I know there's a certain Ronnie Haysha that would, he posted up something the other day about people shaving their beards. What do they look like without their beard shaved? If Ronnie Haysha wants to come up off some coin, he could fund the Naked Face Chief pretty quick, I bet.
It's possible,
but it would have to be raised tonight. It's not like we're going to start it tonight and then go forward. It would have, because like when this was jokingly brought up the last time, you had one person say that they'd match $1,000, or they'd give this so many $100, or oh, it's tempting. What if I just did this much, or whatever.
Backed out of that,
right? But if we can do $1,600 tonight,
you just said 15.
Oh, no, I said 16.
You said 15.
Okay, 15. I'll do 1,500 smackaroonies to my PayPal. Next Saturday, Sammy Flo and the Barber and Cigar Co. will cut this all the way down to skin.
Sammy's not even on.
All the way down to skin. And we'll live stream it. So, Sammy Flo's not even on. Max, sell a couple Milwaukee tools and we will get his beard shaved. Give the extra money to the Little Bobby Challenge or College Fund. Now, if we did go over, I would be willing to take that over and also donate it. So, like, if we had people come in and be like, I'll give you $2,000 to not shave. Nobody's going to do that. I would take that extra $500 and I would give that to Cigars for Warriors next week at Barnsmoker. Michael Zakvat said $125 bid. I wish there was a way to put like a little poll up.
We're demonetized. We can't do that because that would have been through Super Chat.
Sammy Flo, he's in the building. Sammy Flo, if we can raise $1,500 tonight on the stream, I will let the Barber and Cigar Company shave my beard at Barnsmoker next weekend. Dan Perks, good evening, everyone, in spooky Halloween voice. So what are you guys smoking? What are you guys drinking? Bob Cigar, go ahead and start off because you're already smoking.
I am doing something I've had for years. A good friend of mine gave it to me a long time ago. These you can't get anymore.
Oh, the Tatawahes?
This is is it Tatawahe or Viahe?
Tatawahe.
Yep. The jack-o'-lantern. They don't make these anymore. And I've had this for years, wanting to do a Halloween picture and blah, blah, blah. And I was actually very surprised because I have, just real quick, digging out of my humidor that I have sitting right next to me, 5 more Halloween-themed cigars with skulls on them or something like that. And so I'll be firing up another Halloweenish themed cigar. And by the way, this cigar, I'm glad I'm smoking it now after 2-3 years of age because this joker is heavy. And so probably when it was brand new, it was probably extremely super uber strong. Chief, you're firing up something right now. Looks like a Stillwell Star of some sort. Dan
Perks has got a Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust famous 80th anniversary in Toro. I am also smoking a Toro, and this is the Stillwell Star Aromatic.
Good stick. Not your favorites out of the Stillwell Star series.
Nope, because I got my favorite for the second, the English. 20 people already hit it. So we're back on our 3-week streak. Bob Ellis has been sick for a week. Finally went to the doctor yesterday. Pneumonia. No smoking for me. Oh, man, that stinks. I'm sorry to hear that. Happy to see Bob's suspension is over. It was self-inflicted suspension. So I need to find a way. Oh, I know I can do it. I got it. Oh. Here we go. If I come over here and pop myself full, it says currently. So 125 of 1,500 currently. And I'm not gonna take any PayPals or anything like that until we have some, like I said, if somebody tags like Steve Saka, because he's somebody who likes to inflict pain on people, or like I said, Ronnie Haysha, he might be one of those people that's like, you know what, I was posting, I wanted to see bearded guys beardless. No use in smoking, don't have any smell or taste at all. COVID test was negative. Yikes. Smoking the same as BTCG, the Tatawahe Shrunken Pumpkin.
Very nice.
Finishing the Miami, the Raji Miami, the Smoky Inn exclusive. I do want to come over here and say thanks to Hunter Otts and Jay Bates for hitting the love button on Facebook. Dan Burns, Charles Adamson hitting the like button over on Facebook as well. Michael Zakovets, Steve Sock, we need your donation to save Chief's beard. To shave it, not to save. I said save instead of shave. Fireborn says he's got 500 into the beard pot. No way. $500 into the beard pot. Now I gotta edit the name. So that's what, 625? Right? 500 plus 125, 625. Oh my goodness. That's like a lot closer than I would like it to be.
500. I thought you just said 250. Oh.
And then there's Fireborn and Michael Zakovec. Michael Zakovec's at 125. Now, don't be silly. If you're making the claim, like it's got to be a legit claim, and it's got to be paid out. I believe you can get the pumpkin in the TAA cigar pack.
Not the old ones, though. They're different.
Charles Adamson, I can send you the PayPal if we raise the amount. Let me find I think it's just under my, let me click the buttons. I'll send that to you over on Discord, Charles Adamson, so you can see the name. It's under Chevetta Report is the name because it was the one I started to be able to take the transactions for the swag purchases. But it's my personal. It's just titled Chevetta Report. Let's see. Michael Zakovec says, question, are we getting a BTCG Christmas ornament this year?
Yes.
Tell them about it.
Let's see if I can find it. They are done. And let me see. see if I can get it to work.
Ooh. Oh, there you go.
So that's part of the lasering. Oh, wrong side. Come on, Bob. Fat fingers. Trying to get it to play. Stupid.
Well, now you got your whole camera's frozen over there.
I'm trying, people.
Sammy Flo says, Chief, change of heart on the beard. How'd this come about? I want to buy a new lens, man. So I said, you know what? So many people wanted to possibly shave my beard a couple weeks ago. Let's turn this into a positive. If I can raise enough money to be able to buy the lens and take my wife out to a nice dinner because she's going to have to live with a no bearded face. Because I'm ugly without a beard, dude. You guys do not know what you're getting yourselves into with me not having a beard. So if we can do it tonight, we've already got 625 pledged of 1,500. What that leaves us, what? 875 off? 775 off?
Something like that. Now my phone is freaking out.
I don't want to lose the beard. I want to keep this beard for the rest of my life. But I also would love to buy a new lens, and so that I can make more money with my camera and solicit myself in services with the camera. And so I said, you know what? Not holding the gun to anybody's head. Not by 11:59. Just by the end of the show, so it's even closer than that. But I figure, why not? If so many people really wanted to see this beard gone, I will sacrifice my beard for the betterment of my camera business employment opportunities. Charles Adamson, he's in for 100 pledged so far. Pledged. Edit name. Because the beard, it was 625, right? So 725. I just put 100 up there. All right, so now we're 675. We're over halfway. You believe that? You guys love me this much.
No, you're not.
We're 25 short of halfway. So 775 away now. Come on, folks. We can claim that beard in hairy victory. It'll be gone. Now, they're not going to touch this hair at all. They're not going to touch it. But all of this and the mustache. I don't know. I hadn't thought about the mustache. Maybe I should leave the mustache.
You done said all facial hair.
I guess I did.
But, I mean, it's your face.
Yeah, we'll go all the facial hair. We'll go clean, smooth baby.
I did not instigate this. I have nothing to do with it. I did not know any of this was going on.
I'm honestly surprised you're not campaigning more for it. As much as you tried the last time to get me to shave my beard.
Well, it's your beard.
I'm trying to do this. Or 725. There we go. Now it's completely across. And it should stay. Oh no, it doesn't. I had that beard and my wife said, trim it. Sorry. Me, Chief, numbers hard. Go scrub the floor. So while we are gonna continue to run the show. My goal is to run a normal long show. I'm not gonna try to push it. If we get close, what do we say? If we get within $100, we'll count it. If we get to $1,400, I'll count it as a victory. I'd love to get $1,500 just to definitely round everything out. But if we get to 14, we'll see how everybody's feeling. But with tonight's show, because we can't just sit here and wait for people to pop in and whatnot, I figured because it's Halloween, because it's October 31st, I thought we would have a little fun this evening. And I have a Halloween candy bracket set up here. So I'm going to move this over here so I can still see the chat. Now, if somebody pledges an amount, and again, keep sharing this over to your Facebook if you really want to see it happen, and keep the comments going. If I miss a comment of somebody pledging an amount of money, please do let me know. And if you are somebody who has pledged amount of money and you have to leave the show early, go get me on Facebook, send me a message on Facebook so that if we do hit the number, I can come over there and say, hey, pay up, sucker. So first we have Reese's Peanut Butter Cup versus Twizzlers, Gummy Bears versus Nerds, Butterfinger versus Mounds, Starburst versus Fruit Chews, Sour Patch Kids versus the Milk Duds, M&M's versus Skittles, Candy Corn versus Snickers, and Kit Kat versus the Tootsie Rolls. I'll sweeten the pot. All the pledge will get thrown into a raffle. I'll mail them 10 cigars from my humidor. But it has to reach the goal. So we are almost halfway to the goal already. And I don't know. We're sitting at 14 people. I don't know if we're going to get any. I don't know what the pledges are going to look like at the moment. But if we do meet it, we'll put the names of those who have pledged, and then they will get in a raffle, and they will get 10 cigars from Sammy Flo's humidor. So which one should we start off with first? I like this one right here. Starburst versus the Fruit Chews. I forgot that. Don't start yet. I forgot I needed to get my little notepad open so that I could do my tallies here. Let's see. You know, who will also be another good one to get on here to try to get me to shave my beard would be Gary Brooks. Somebody tagged him over on Facebook.
I did.
Oh, you did?
And Saka and Ronnie and Law.
Oh. Hi, Stogie sister. All right. So we're going to go Starburst for number 1, Fruit Chews for number 2. You guys can put Starburst or Fruit Chews. You guys go ahead and vote. We'll now. Fireborn says, so if I finish off the beard amount, I increase my chances of getting cigars.
No.
Yeah, he does.
No. Well,
he keeps the current odds.
He keeps the current odds.
Yeah, but it would be better than if he let somebody else come in. So at this moment,
he's already did $500.
I'm not going to tell a man he can't spend his money how he wants to spend his money. Who am I to pocket watch? All right, so we've got 1 for Starburst. And 2 for Starburst, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Starburst. Goodness. So yes, theoretically, Fireborn, you would get your current odds. It would be 1 in 3, right? Because we only have 3 pledges currently, right? Right?
I don't know.
So Starburst seems to be winning this simply and handedly. So Starburst is going to go. I thought Fruit Chews was going to get a little bit of love from maybe some of our older audience because they're the fruity versions of Tootsie Rolls. Michael Zek says, yes, 3 pledges. Fireborn says, I'm an engineer. Numbers, easy. Well, hey, what's the numbers to complete the, was that 775? So there's your number. Plus 500, that'd be 1275. So you'd have to do 1275. All right, come back over here. So we'll scroll on down to chocolate on chocolate. Let's do the Kit Kat versus the Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Slide to the left. That's cha-cha slide. Bob Scarger, you didn't vote the last time. So what would you vote in the Kit Kat versus Tootsie Roll? It can be any Tootsie Roll. It could be the little one. It could be the little one, but the long version of it. It could be the fat, square, like trunk press one.
It would be the one from the Lions Club. That big, fat one.
So Tootsie Rolls?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Tootsie Rolls is the number 2 spot. We come here. There was another Tootsie Rolls with Michael Zakovic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Kit Kats. Fireborn Tootsie Roll is really bad fudge. The Planet Fitness has 2 buckets of Tootsie Rolls that you can grab from when you walk out of the gym when you're done with your workout.
Yeah, they're keeping you coming back because now you got to get back in the gym and burn off those calories.
I guess it's an effective method. I mean, they're not tempting to me. If it was something else, like Baby Snickers or something like that, I could go, I would take Twix bar, stuff like that. Yeah. Heath bar, Toblerone, sure. But
I'm having a conundrum here.
Are you?
I've got 5 cigars. And one is the Filthy Hooligan Black Market.
Gooligan.
Right? Which is the Halloween themed cigar. I get it. And then I've got this Intergalactic, which I kind of like. I don't much care for the Filthy Gooligan that much. It's a little bit peppery. But then this Arcana Thunder Smoke, which is the least Halloweenish, is the cigar that I like the most.
CAO.
And I've got a Black Works and another Black Works. I got a Bishop's Blend, and I've got whatever I don't remember. What is that one?
Oh, I can't see. Intergalactic? Oh, the starts with an O, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Darn, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Not Ozinger.
It's from Blackworks. Orthodox, yeah. Charles Adamson says it's a glucose relief for any diabetes working out. Well, they got a bunch of them. They got 2 big old buckets full of them. So I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors of the show, Drew Estate Cigar and Quality Importers, making sure that Chief Talk is brought to you from every Thursday corner of the world that you can find, right here on the Bob the Cigar Guy YouTube channel. We do thank our channel sponsors who keep Chief Talk on the air, and hopefully next year we have more. I have reached out to a handful and half of people, companies, to come alongside us for 2025. Hopefully, we'll hear something back positive.
Well, I heard 2025 is the year of the Chief.
I hope so. Stogie's sister, at work, hard for me to type, but I'm listening. Well, I'm glad you're listening, Stogie's sister. All right, so let's get back over here to our bracket. Here's one that I want to do. I want to vote on myself. I haven't voted on one yet. Huh? Kit Kat one. Landslide. Gummy bears versus the nerds. I'm a gummy bear man. I love me some gummy bears. You guys, what do you think, Bob the Cigar Guy? Are you a gummy bear man or a nerd?
Neither. I don't like either one of them. So I'm gonna sit this one out. I think I got no dog in that fight.
Sammy Flo put a dude with glasses on it as the emoji, so I'm assuming that's the nerds. Michael Zakovic with the gummy bear. Charles Adamson with the nerds. Gary Zanstra, Bob Ellis with the Gummy Bear, Jay Bates with the Nerds, Fireborn with the Gummy Bear. 5-3. That's about what our numbers are returning at the moment. I know we've got some people who are watching or who are listening instead of watching and participating, and that's fine. We love you. We just love that you're here hanging out with us, as you hopefully do every single week. Hunter Otts went with Nerds, so now it's 5-4. Oh man, this could get dicey. I personally am a Gummy Bears man. I love Gummy Bears. I can go through a whole bag of, what is that? I can't see past the light. That's my mom. Well, we didn't have anybody else, so we're going Gummy Bears.
I don't want it right now. Thank you.
My mom has come in to bring food to the.
You want the pizza dip?
You want to sit in here?
I'm probably
No,
not
I'm
gonna eat while on stream.
I'm just saying.
Thank you. You said it over there.
It's really good.
Okay, I'm sure it is. So far we have pledged $725 out of the $1,500 possible dollars to shave my beard at the Barn Smoker next week. We have $725 committed. It's a mummy hot dog.
With the mustard eyes, that's fine.
Here's your hot dogs.
Thank you very much.
So Stephen just said on the channel, if they raise $1,500 so he can buy a camera lens,
I thought it was 2,000.
then he's gonna shave off.
Nah, $1,500.
No, you knew about it?
I talked briefly to her about it right before I came up here. Let's come back over here. Do you want to vote on the next bracket real quick before you go? Yeah, you. In between Sour Patch Kids and Milk Duds.
Which one's better?
Which one would you prefer?
Milk Duds.
Milk Duds. I'm a Sour Patch Kid. Oh, I'm not a big chocolate fan, so I have to go with the Sour
Like
Patch
caramel.
Kids. Not bad.
That's my jam.
Let's see. Michael Zakovic is a Milk Dud. Hunter Ott is a Milk Dud. Well, they're not a Milk Dud, but you know what I'm saying. Charles Adamson with the Sour Patch. Bob Ellis with the Milk Duds. Gary Zanstra with the Milk Duds. Bob Skaka, do you have an opinion on this one?
Milk Duds will be my go on that.
Milk Duds. Fireborn with the Milk Duds. Oh, I lost my ashtray in the onslaught of food brought to the table. Well, Milk Dud takes that one. Surprisingly for me, I thought Sour Patch Kids was gonna kind of knock that out of the park, but the Milk Duds have a faithful following. I don't think there's anything on here that's really an underdog. I think it I didn't expect Fruit Chews to make it very far.
So are these candies or Halloween candies?
These are candies you get at Halloween. And Halloween, these are normal candies that you would find in a bucket from your kids or grandkids at the end of a Halloween trick-or-treating night.
Dad tax,
so to say.
So my favorite one's not up here.
That would be,
which is the candy, the poor man's candy. It's wrapped in either orange or a black
the peanut butter.
Paper, the peanut butter in the center.
Oh gosh,
I love those things.
Oh, no way.
They remind me of Mary Jane.
I did not put any of those on there. Not good. I'm sure you guys can hear every crunch because I just forgot my microphone was on my chest. Now this one would surprise me just because of how polarizing it seems to be on Facebook these days, where people have such a vitriol for candy corn. But I'm a candy corn man. I love candy corn. Now, I did not seed these. I did a randomized seed. So it went ahead and did it. So candy corn, for me, 100 Ots goes with Snickers. Bob Cigar, do you have a preference here?
Well, with candy corn, I only like the white part and the yellow part. I don't like the orange part. So I like all of the Snickers. And you know what? You're not you when you're hungry. And Snickers really satisfies. So I would go Snickers.
That's 4 for Snickers and 2 for candy corn. 3 for candy corn. Gary's answer coming in. 4-3. I love Jay Bates, Snicker lover. Fireborn also coming in with the Snickers. Let's see. Just a reminder for anybody who has not paid attention, right here underneath the cursor, we're sitting at 725 pledged dollars of the 1,500 acquired through the show this evening. It has to be tonight. We're taking the pledges right now, and then if we have enough pledges, I'll send out the, send the money, and then if we hit it for sure, then I'm going to shave this whole beard. I'm going to just remind you how much facial hair is here on Chief's face. I'm going to shave every hair from my facial hair region. If Enjoy It Bro was here, he was here last week. He was.
But now you'll only have 40 or 50 people on during the stream, but you'll have 150 to 200 within a week. So limiting it to just on the stream till the stream shuts down. It's only limited to tonight, because I can't monitor every comment that comes through over the next few days. And plus, if I get enough people who pledge enough money, I might, there's a chance that it could raise, $5,000, whatever. And I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to raise as much money as possible right now. I'm just trying to hit that $1,500 limit. People wanted to shave my beard a couple weeks ago. People currently want to shave my beard. We pledged up to $725 worth of wanting to shave my beard off. Hey, I've grown this beard for a long time. I keep this beard for a reason. I'm going to get something out of it. So Snickers won that pretty handsomely, pretty handedly. Sorry for my candy corn. I feel like the candy corn, that would have been our Cinderella if it would have gone. Right now, I don't think we've got anything that's really upsetting so far. I'm going to save Butterfinger and Mounds for the last of this round. So this one will come up here and we'll go Reese's Peanut Butter Cup and Twizzlers. I'm a Twizzlers man. I love Twizzlers. I gotta go off with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, especially out of the freezer.
I don't dislike them. I'm just not a chocolate fan. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. Reese's for sure. Reese's Peanut Butter, Twizzlers, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They don't go ahead and take this round. I expected that. A lot of these candies came from a list that I found on the internet. And so Reese's was actually the number one on the internet's list. So I figured Reese's probably would have made it farther. A debate, a battle of the hard candy coated pellet candies. I'm a Skittles man. I prefer Skittles. 100 Ots is a Skittles man. Again, I'm not a big chocolate fan, so I can't sit here and go for the M&Ms. Now, I do have some M&Ms here with me, but they're the peanut butter kind. Let's see. Another Skittles, an M&M, another M&M, another Skittles. Bob Skyguy, do you have a preference here?
Skittles would be my lean.
Skittles for Bob the Cigar Guy. M&M's coming in for Jay Bates. M&M for Fireborn. Ooh, a nice little contest going here. 5-4. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sammy Flo with the M&M.
That's fine.
Now it's 5-5. What are you guys doing to me? Now we gotta wait. We gotta see if there's somebody out there in TV land who's just waiting to cast their ballot. As we wait for another vote to come through, Barn Smoker is next week. Excited for Barn Smoker. Last Barn Smoker of the year, Florida. It's always a fun event to go to the Florida Barn Smoker, especially when it's at this part of the year when it's not nearly as hot as it could be. Bob Cigar Guy, are you looking forward to the Florida Barn Smoker this year?
I am. I'm looking forward to get to hang out with people and smoke some good cigars. And that farm is really interesting. It's such a small farm in comparison to all the other farms. He's got like 2.5, or I think it's 2.5 acres of tobacco that he runs at a time. Very, very small in comparison to, let's say, Connecticut, which is just ginormous. And Kentucky, you can't see all the tobacco because it's already been up in the barns. But I mean, they've got acres and acres and acres and acres of tobacco fields. So it's kind of neat to see this as almost like a cottage industry. Jeff, when he first did it, he just said he wanted to bring tobacco back to Florida. He didn't know if it was going to be good tobacco or not. And then, you know, it comes out amazing. And Florida Sun-Grown Tobacco is not only in Drew Estate, it's many companies use some of the tobacco coming from that farm. So it's kind of cool.
Well, you know what else could happen in Florida for the Barn Smoker?
What?
Could have my beard shaved.
Yes, you could.
Good. You know what? If we make the goal, I will take some money out of that $1,500, and I will also mail the winner 10 cigars from my personal humidor. And in those 10 cigars, I guarantee at least one Liga Privada A.
Ooh.
Sweeten up the pot a little bit. We have not had the tie-breaking vote. So you and I are going to rock, paper, scissors. You can be Skittles. I'll be M&M. All right. So keep your hand. Make sure your hand can be seen on the screen. All right. We're going to go rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then throw, right?
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What are you doing over there? Don't watch me. Just go off of.
I did at the same time.
No,
the problem is you threw up the scissors while you're explaining, and I'm like, he's going to go scissors. I'm going to go rock.
Well, but you're also going behind me. You're going slow.
No, at the same time.
Ready?
We
Here
won.
we go. Now, here we go again. Ready?
We won.
Here you go. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper. It was both paper. It's a tie. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. So you were Skittles. So Skittles wins. Sammy Flo said, I'll match your A. So that's 2. So there's 2 A's in it. And every person who pledges, who ends up donating, gets your name entered in to win 20 cigars. And of those 20 cigars, there are going to be 2 Liga Privada A's in them. All right, so to round out the first round completely, we have Butterfinger versus Mounds. I'm a Butterfinger man. I love Butterfinger. There's just something about it because it's not chocolate. I don't know what the Chico stick is, but the fact that it gets stuck in your mouth and you got to fight it for 20 minutes, I'm all about it. So I'm a Butterfinger man. Michael Zakovic's Butterfinger man. Bob the Cigar Guy, what's she going with?
luckily you said Mounds because if it was Almond Joy, it would have been a struggle. So I would go with Butterfinger.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes that 5 plus yours is 6. Fireborn with a Mounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Butterfinger for Mr. Charles Adamson. That's 7 to 1. So I think we can confidently say Butterfinger has won that round.
Let me ask you a Halloween question.
Uh-oh.
Why don't witches have babies?
I know the answer. But do you want me to pretend to not know the answer so you can
You can
deliver
say it.
Because their husbands have Halloweenies.
I love that joke.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
It's just close enough to not being clean that it does kind of get away with it.
I call it the second grade boy mentality. Because the other one the second grade boy would say is, what does the ghost say to the bee?
Booby.
Right?
There's some better ones out there. I'm not gonna say them because it's a family friendly show.
I don't know bad jokes.
All right. Ooh, this is a good one. We'll save that one for last. We'll come back over here to Skittles. Another round versus round candy choice here. I think I'm going Skittles again.
No, Milk Duds.
I'm a big fan of Skittles. I will eat Milk Duds.
I don't like the purple or the green.
They all taste the same.
No. We could get a bunch of Skittles and blindfold you and give you the different colors, and you would be able to pick them out.
No. 1, 2, 3 Milk Duds. Charles Adamson says, just check what? Hold on. Charles Adamson said Skittles. Skittles is 2. Milk Duds. You said Milk Duds, right?
I did.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 for Milk Duds. So Milk Duds are leading by 1. Jay Bates comes in with the Skittles. So now we're 4-4. Fiercely contested battle. Sammy Flo comes in with the Skittles. Is that the dagger? Is that the one that does it? If it's not chocolate, let the kids have it. Look, Gummy Bear, Skittles, Starburst, I'm big on them. Speaking of, okay, that was the first one we did. I was like, did we even do the Starburst one? I forgot. Check the Liga A going price, $99.99.
If you can get it, because they're not for sale.
That's $200 in cigars you get back just right there. Hunter says Skittles. That's 6-4, and I think that does it for the Skittles versus Milk Dud debate. Sorry, Bob the Cigar Guy. Then we come over here to the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups versus Gummy Bears. I know you're going Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Right.
That was easy. I'm going Gummy Bears. Michael Zakovic is going the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Selena Espinoza going in for the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups as well. I'm sitting over here on Gummy Bear Island all by myself, which is fine. You can get anything on the secondary market.
True.
You true about that? Still Bob Ellis going with the Gummy Bears. I love it. 2 more Reese's. They're running away. Sammy Flo puts the knife in the hole and twists it. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup takes the win. I didn't think gummy bears would get past. It's Barbara Robb. I had to share a page with the wife. Barbara Robb,
What's up, homie?
looking right here, down here at the bottom. If Chief can raise this $1,500 tonight on the stream, Chief will have his beard. You will shave my beard next weekend. But it's got to be paid out tonight. So we've got $725 pledged.
Now, you haven't mentioned recently why you're raising $1,500.
So I was having an epiphany last night about, wanting to be able to market myself as a photographer more. And while I can do photography with the current lens I have now, that lens is kind of stretched when I do photography of people, right? Unless I want to get real close up on them and, get right in the middle of the eye. I was like, I really would like to be able to raise, find a way to make some money to be able to buy this lens. But how could I do it? And I just, I'm a stay-at-home dad because I watch my kid, and, it's not like I could just put him in daycare. Guys, you guys know daycare is expensive. Can't just jump out there and do all that stuff. My family is very blessed. I'm very blessed to be taken care of. But I want to be able to continue to give more and do more with my photography work. And I said, you know what? They were trying to shave my beard off a couple weeks ago, and they were going to pay to do it. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just see if we could raise $1,500 so I could buy that lens. And then I have the Barber and Cigar Co. I'm going to be with them next weekend. If I could raise this money tonight, I could get my beard shaved, and we'd live stream it next week. Me getting my beard shaved out up at the farm. So Barbara Robb has pledged $20. So I won't take anybody's money unless we hit the amount tonight. So now don't worry about sending the PayPal, right now or anything like that, because we gotta hit the pledge, the goal tonight. If we don't hit the goal, I'm not going to take anybody's money. It'll just be hey, great job, we almost did it. But if we hit the goal, you got to send that money, and if you don't, you're clowned forever. Banned from the channel, banned from everything. So let me update to 745 over here. Oh no, not that one. It's the brand. No, it's the banners. Come here. Wait, how do I edit this one? Edit.
So while Chief is doing that, let me take the time to tell you all that we are in the middle. The channel is in the middle of an experiment. Law Ream had come in here, and we were sitting down chatting a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to us about products, things that we can do to grow our reach and to really reach the market. And so one of the things he talked about was podcast. And so I was thinking, when we did Chief Talk, I basically told Chief, I said, hey, do 5 episodes and let's see where it goes. And you can see how amazingly it's worked out well. And so I decided that I would put out a 5 podcast experiment called I Got the Smokes Let's Ride podcast experiment with me, BTCG. And so it is literally unscripted. It is just stuff that goes on in my head. It's going to be Friday at 5 o'clock. It drops every Friday at 5 o'clock. It'll drop tomorrow at 5 in the afternoon, with the idea of when you're driving home, you can listen to it. Now, I highly recommend not listening to it because it's just me running my mouth for an hour, but it's kind of fun. And so we're going to give it 5 episodes. This Friday will be episode number 3, and we'll see where it goes from there. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from it, and this Friday is going to be off the rails because I decided to do a segment called "You Drive, I'll Drink," and I picked up something from the gas station, an alcoholic beverage, and I will never, ever, 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 ever drink it again. I highly recommend you not drink it. It's called Sweetwater. I went to pick out the worst ones. It's called Sweetwater Gummy, Tropical Gummy. It is the most awful, disgusting IPA on the planet. So that's what's going on. So if you want to check it out tomorrow at 5:00.
Barbara Robb says, "Can I pledge cigars too?" You can. So now that you have pledged $20, if we hit the goal tonight, so that's now what, 5 people who have pledged?
So he's gonna pay to cut your hair, in theory.
Theoretically. Look, I ain't telling nobody they can't, do what they want to do. Now I do need to write down these names so I don't have to go too far back in my annals over here.
In your what?
Annals. Hi there, Chief. Hi there, Michael Carter.
Hey, Mike Carter.
Let's see.
Michael Zakovic with the yeet. That's funny. That was last week. We talked about all the different slang of the kids today with the skibbity toilets, and which I watched a skibbity toilet for the first time. These kids watch some weird stuff. It's just, have you watched skibbity toilet?
Mm-mm.
It is a computer-generated image of a guy's head making noises in a toilet.
That's 4 people now, right? Charles Adamson, Michael Zakovic, Fireborn, and the Rob, our barber. Right? That sound right?
And then Semiflow donated cigars.
Semiflow would do. He's gonna. If we meet the goal tonight, if we meet.
No Riz.
Look, I'm married and got 3 kids. I don't need no more Riz. I need to pop off the fizz.
It's bussin'.
So right now we have 4 people. We got a 25. The 4 people, if it were done right now, you would have a 25% chance. So like earlier, Fireborn said, if I finish out the money, then he's got a 25% chance to win.
Fireborn, that's the truth. That was some nasty drink, boy. I'll tell you what.
What need to raise more money for Bob to drink better. Come on, people, come on, pledge. He's gonna shave the beard. No cap.
No cap.
Nobody's touching the head hair. I can't lose both of them. I did that once with cancer. I can't do that again. VTCG, you killing me. Bussin'. Bob, no cap.
That video, that reading off all the definitions of all the slang of today and the slang of the 80s and the slang of the 50s was very interesting. It was actually fun to do. I don't know if it was fun to listen to, but it was fun to do.
We do have Jamie Vaughn, Michael Zakovic, thank you for hitting the love button on Facebook. Mac Bergson, Semiflow, Dan Burns, Charles Adamson, thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook. And everybody who's sitting on YouTube, I'm sure you have smashed it. And I appreciate that.
Jay, it was disgusting.
The IPA should have been a dead giveaway. It would be garbage.
Actually, I talked about a couple guys that I was at the Barn Smoker with. We were eating, and I think it was at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they got bourbon with fruit and umbrellas. And I said, that's not for dudes. I don't know. I can't remember the 2 people that had that sitting across the table from me, but I think they know who they are. Man card rejected, canceled. Just saying.
We have hit the hour mark on the show. It's 9:20. So I'd say we've got between 40 is the floor, 60 is 55 is the ceiling of how much longer we're going to run the show. So if you got getting tag people on Facebook, if you think they're would love to see, you got to grab Ember's Pez dispenser.
It's a no losing thing either, because
right, if we don't hit it,
if they don't want to see you suffer and lose your beard, they just love the majestic mane that you have under your face, and or they want to see you suffer. So either way, it's out of care and concern. Dale Earnhardt said, "I don't care if they're booing me or cheering for me, as long as they're making noise for me." So that's a good thing.
Look, if we don't make it, people don't have to pay out, and that's fine. Like I said, I don't want to take any money unless we have hit the mark, and we won't. I'm not gonna accept any payment unless we hit the mark. If we hit the mark and we were to go over the mark because somebody wanted to be over generous, that the rest of the money will go to Cigars for Warriors when we're down at the Florida Barn Smoker as well.
Steel Bob, I went into a deep explanation of the flavors of that, and it does not taste like a tropical cocktail in a can. It does not. It is the most hideous. It's like, I like sauerkraut. I like chocolate cake. I would never want sauerkraut on my chocolate cake. It does not go together. It's just disgusting. It is awful. The can was the best part of it.
All right. So let's get back over here to our bracket challenge. We got the Buttfinger versus the Starburst. I'm going Starburst.
Imagine that with the way you talk about Butterfinger.
What would you like?
Butterfinger.
Finger butt. I do love a Butterfinger. Like I said earlier, I love Butterfinger. Charles Adamson with the Starburst. Mike Zakovic, Mike Carter over here with the Butterfinger.
The pink
Gary
and the red
Zanstra.
Starbursts are great. And Starbursts are, if you really know what you're doing, you don't unwrap a Starburst when you eat it. You eat it with the wrapper on, and it cleans the stuff out of your teeth.
I used to believe that as a kid.
I do it
because
still.
You did it. And
I do it still.
I used to think, oh, that's actually a really smart idea. It's not. It still gets stuck in your teeth.
No, it doesn't.
You still get stuck in your teeth.
Hello, Caitlin. We're on the show.
Oh, well, I'm not working while I work.
You need to put out them cars.
I'm holding them down over here.
By the way, if you're going to the Florida Barn Smoker, you will get to see this young lady. She will be attending and helping out with the First Lady at the Florida Barn Smoker this year. So, but she's not supposed to be on her phone at work because she can get in big trouble. So we're going to say goodbye, Gracie.
I'm only getting in trouble because you're posting me on the media.
Well,
Kit Kat versus Snickers.
Love you, bye.
I'm going Kit Kat because I love breaking the little wafer bars. If I had to choose between, if I had to choose chocolate, I'm going Kit Kat.
Is it any Kit Kat and any Snickers?
I mean, sure.
Okay, then Snickers, because the almond Snickers it slaps. It's bussin'. No cap. Kit Kat's a skibbity toilet in comparison.
Dang, Snickers is running away.
But the Kit Kat mint is really good. I had a thought that I don't know if I'm going to ask anybody. I know Willie Herrera does not do the flavored blends at Drew Estate, the infused blends at Drew Estate, but Drew Estate does not have a Drew Estate branded mint wintergreen winter kind of cigar.
Java Mint.
That's Rocky Patel.
It's
made by Drew Estate. It's got Drew Estate on it, but it's not a Drew Estate product. They're not selling it. Their reps aren't selling it. And I'm like, there's a hole in that. I mean, you've got cherries, you've got chocolate, you've got all these other infusions, but you don't have mint.
Isn't the DE logo on the Java Mint?
No, it just says Drew Estate under it. But if Will McFall came to your shop, you own a shop, Will McFall came to your shop because you're a Drew Diplomat retailer, you can't say, hey, by the way, let me get some of that Java Mint. So
Gary Brooks says, Halloween candy bracket, where's the Coffee Crisp, Maltesers, and Smarties? I thought about Smarties.
Smarties are classic.
But I feel like Smarties just don't get handed out anymore because people freak out about packaging on candy, right? Snickers won this one
handily.
No, it was 5-4 or 6-4. Sorry, 6-4.
No cap, Jay Bates.
So it could have gone down. I mean, If one person would have flipped their vote, it would have been another tie. We would have had to Rochambeau again. But yeah, we're at 745 of the 150 the $1,500 pledge to have Chief's beard shaved live at the Barn Smoker next week. If we raise it tonight, it's got to be pledged. Don't send money yet. If we hit the pledge, then you got to send the money. But if we don't hit the pledge, we don't send the money because I don't want to not make the money.
Now, are you going to let the first lady make the first cut?
No. I told when Sammy Flo was on the show, I told him that the only people who would shave my beard first, other than what I do when I trim
Yeah, but
here.
you wouldn't let your mom just get
Nope.
one cut?
Sad. Yeah, you can get candy corn in little pre-packed packages.
Remember the popcorn balls?
Oh,
I hated those things.
I did think about putting a wheat penny on here.
Pennies. That house got egged the next year anytime you did pennies.
This does not seem like it's going to be a close battle at all. I'm voting Skittles,
I'm going Snickers.
but I feel like Snickers is going to handily take this one as well. Oh, I'll still be able to toss a caber. Don't you worry. Well, we're 7:55. 7:55 away
Mm-hmm.
with about 40 minutes left in the show. Oh, Skittles. Hunter Ott says he loves popcorn balls. I don't know if I ever got one and said, you know what, I really want to have that. Could be Samson and lose all your strength. No, my strength does not come from my Nazarite vow. Rick Carroll coming in with the Snickers. Glad to have you in here, brother. I keep forgetting that the screen kind of cuts off with that banner across the bottom. For real, BTCG popcorn balls. Yuck.
Agreed.
We only got. Oh, there's another Snickers in with Fireborn. My mom hated rotting kids' teeth in the 60s when people trusted their neighbors. She handed out paper bags of homemade popcorn. And then he comes in with the Snickers. Snickers 6-2. I think Snickers is going to take the victory here.
Sounds
which
like it already
means
did.
we come up here. For real, for real. For real, for real. So we've got the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup versus the Butterfinger. This is where I'm going to have to go Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Me too.
I think this kind of goes back to like if I've got to choose a chocolate, I'm going to go Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. And like you said earlier, you get them cold out of the fridge or out of the freezer.
Right.
Neither
one of them's good in a hot car.
Oh, gosh, no. What was that? 2 for Butterfinger, 2 for Reese's. I'm going to put myself down for Reese's. You're Reese's as well, I imagine?
Yes.
It's 5. Another one over here for the Butterfinger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Jay Bates coming in. Rick Carroll with the Butterfinger. Sammy Flo. I thought I loved Reese's Peanut Butter the most until I tried a Reese's Take 5.
No, it's good with the caramel and the pretzel. Those are good. Whatchamacallit was good too. They don't make those either.
Gary with the Peanut Butter Cup makes it 9-4. So we're gonna go ahead and
Call it good.
declare that a victory, which leads us to probably the best outcome of the night, the hardest fought battle. Snickers has dominated everything that it's taken advantage of. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I thought Butterfinger was going to put up a little bit of a better fight, but it was 8 or 9-4. So here I'm going Reese's Peanut Butter Cup again.
I as well.
So here's
I haven't seen a whatchamacallit forever.
Michael Carter. Oh my, hard decision. Michael Zakovic with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup as well. Jay Bates, Charles Adamson, Michael Carter, Bob Ellis, 1, 2, 3, 4. Snickers. I put out mixed chocolate bars, but also packs of gummies. I'm a gummy fan. Rick Carroll with the Snickers. Fireborn with the Snickers, but I have both. Bears and Worms, and they did better. Hunter Rocks with the Reese's, 6-4. Pretty close. Which one did we tie on? Are Skittles and Milk Duds or M&M's?
M&M's.
Yeah, that's the only one we tied on. The only Rochambeau. Well, I think that'll do the tally. There's your winner.
Wow.
Of the 2024 Halloweeny candy bracket. I wanted to call it a draft for some reason. Snickers is your winner. Congratulations to everybody who chose Snickers. I didn't think Snickers would make it. I didn't think Snickers would win. I thought Reese's Peanut Butter Cup was going to win.
That was my guess.
I was hoping that Candy Corn was going to make it.
Be a sleeper.
But it got stacked up against the winner out of the gate. Now, I randomized it. I did not do a top 16. I just randomized it. And so it chose Candy Corn to go against Snickers. Snickers, defeated some legends, some giants. Defeated Candy Corn, the OG candy, and beat up the Kit Kat, which, I love Kit Kat. Break me off a piece of that fancy feast. All my Office fans know what that's from. Then Snickers went up against the Skittles. Skittles, a candy that's not a chocolate, kind of stands on its own. I would say Skittles and Starburst are some of the better non-chocolate candies out there, aside from gummy bears. I don't know. Skittles is like a hard candy because it has the hard candy coating. The Starburst and the gummy bears are kind of the same, but gummy bears are a little more bouncy, right? They're not the same. Like Starburst is like eating silly putty. We'll come back over here to the dual screen, the duality. We'll come back over here to where we can see you guys the whole entire time instead of having to go back and forth to another screen. Can't see my mom again.
Take this home with you when you go.
Is it the Pez?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
And it's some other stuff.
Apparently, Ember left the Pez.
Yeah.
Would you like to come on the
Ember's
screen?
Pez? I got Shepherd's Pez.
Oh, Ember's Pez.
Would you like to come on the screen and there's Big Head, and tell them what you're looking forward to Saturday?
Saturday? This Saturday?
Next
Saturday.
I'm looking forward to my job. I like to give stuff away.
They can't hear you from there.
Oh, Michael Carter pledged 55.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
Oh, hey. I'm looking forward to giving stuff away. I can't wait.
So 55.
I'll go look for Ember's Pez.
If my math works out right, takes us to 800, correct?
Yes.
All right. So what is that left?
7.
$700 left. 800 pledged of the 1,500. And like I said, if we get to 1,400 and we can't budge over 1,400, I will accept 1,400. At least take my wife to McDonald's. Michael Carter says, let me know tomorrow. Good night, guys. Jay Bates was trying his hardest. Let me put Michael Carter's name down just in case. And again, if we do end up making the amount, everybody who submits in will have their name put in a randomizer and will be drawn for 20 cigars. And 2 of those cigars are Liga Privada A's. 10 cigars from Sammy Flo, 10 cigars from myself, a Liga A from Sammy Flo, and a Liga A from myself as well. And I'll do it up. I'll do it up pretty nice. I'm not gonna scrimp and give you some bottom barrel. I've got some Selección de Mercados. I have some Savage Feasts. I have some old Foundation cigars. So this, I mean, it could be a nice, handsome 20 cigar pack. But we are over halfway now. I can finally say that. You can't. This time. It's 9:38. So I'll say, what, 32 minutes? That gets us to 10:10.
Yep. It's 32 minutes.
32 minutes. Chief will empty it. It's already empty. Okay. Can you call Shanna and ask where is? All right. So, Bob Cigar Guy, you've been gone for a couple weeks.
I have.
You have not been on the show since the Kentucky Barn Smoker. Do you have any parting thoughts of the Kentucky Barn Smoker this year? What you enjoyed about it, or things of the such? We don't want to just sit here and wait.
Well, the Barn Smoker was very well organized this year.
Well, first, this was Kentucky's first year back in 2 years.
Right. It was very well organized. I was glad to see the gravel that they had from 2 years ago. When they put the gravel down, they put it down like 2 days before. So it was big gravel, and it was
Well worked in this round.
very unbalanced. It was frustrating to me because I didn't like walking in the gravel that much, and gravel's everywhere because you have to, you want to walk on something nice, but they had a good bed of it this year. The way they set up the stages and all the activation stations was a very large open space. It got really hot. People stayed in the shadow of the barn. They moved all their chairs out to the edge. The stage was far away from the barn, which was interesting. Jonathan Drew came out with the heir to Drew Estate, his young son, and he stole the show by stealing the microphone and talking. And it was really neat to see Jonathan Drew as a dad, just putting the young man first instead of saying, "Oh, somebody take him because I can't do this." But I did see that Jonathan Drew was kind of flummoxed in the fact that he didn't have feedback from the crowd. He's an entertainer, and so not having the crowd close kind of threw him off a little bit. But he got through it. He did a great job with that. Everybody did a fantastic job. The team, volunteers and staff as well, really jumped in and made things happen. The food was really good. The drinks were plentiful. The Black Widow Saloon was very interesting. Like all barn smokers being such a big, organic, uh, amazing thing, there's always something that goes wrong. Well, they were supposed to have a huge air conditioner um, truck that was supposed to air condition that room for the VIPs, and that truck never showed. And so, what did Drew Estate do? Drew Estate went out and they bought a whole bunch of small air conditioners, portable air conditioners, and they made it really nice and cooled everything off. I was jealous of the swag. I'm still wanting to get one of those hats, Black Widow Saloon hats. They're pretty dang cool. I like the logo. It was a very enjoyable time. The line went extremely fast. We had everybody through. Registration in an hour and change. I've never seen it go that fast. They did allow the general admission to come in the same time as the VIP came in, which wasn't what they had expected to do, but they decided to open it up and just let everything roll. It did not feel like the VIPs missed out and were neglected by letting the general admission in. It just flowed extremely well. They had muffin carts and coffee and mimosas out there for everybody in line, which makes the line really more comfortable. The first lady was handing out lots and lots of sweat rags and sunglasses to everybody, and everybody was loving that, and she was loving giving that out. It was really neat to see so many people knowing who the first lady was and giving her a hug and all this other stuff. I actually jumped in and started handing out a couple things myself because it got a little busy, and one of the guys looked at me and said, "Oh, I thought First Lady was going to give me my stuff," and he looked like he was disappointed. And I said, "I'm watching you, buddy." But evidently, he went and saw First Lady and got a little hug after a while. It was a great event. Everybody did fantastic. The bathrooms were and I talk about bathrooms a lot at Barn Smoker because that's one of those things you don't think about. But if you're having a great day and you're drinking beverages and you're slamming water because it's hot and you got to go pee and you go in there and the facilities are just jank, it just kind of takes the shine off the event. And so Drew Estate focuses on the small things as well as the big things. And so I am appreciative they have so many bathrooms and they are so clean and well attended. I'm looking forward to Florida. Florida's a whole different monster. Whole different layout, whole different floor plan, whole different space. The farm is totally different, and Jeff brings it really well. Willie Pedro and Jonathan did a great job this year. Isola and Ryan did a good job as well at Master of Ceremonies. DJ Eli was tearing it up as always. I'm so looking forward to see him again. It was a great time. And when the Barn Smoker was over, we all got to go back to the hotel, and Anfon, Ryan Rayford, and one of the ladies gave us a cooking presentation. They cooked up all sorts of great food, and it was delicious. They had a big grill out there at the hotel, so I enjoyed that a lot as well. What were your highlights, Chief?
Hold on, keep talking because I'm going through and checking the money situation because I think I might have missed somebody.
The air conditioned outhouse was a place to cool off. I'll tell you that right now because it was nice in there. It didn't stink. The floors were clean. There was somebody that would come in there and would clean it, but they weren't in there for a long time, so you couldn't get in there. The bathrooms were a far distance away. If I was able, if they said, "Hey, Bob, what is something that we could change a little bit?" I would have said had 2 bathroom stations, one on one end of the field and one on the other end of the field, because the field was very large. It was expansive. And so having to trot all the way over to the bathroom and trot all the way back, it would have been nicer to have 2 different spots so you could catch it from every angle. The barn, the tobacco we were under, I don't believe was smoked, was already done the smoke curing, because you didn't get that smell like you've had the year before. Now they did set off the barns, and that was an amazing experience, but you didn't get to sit under that unctuousness of that Kentucky Fire Cured tobacco. You're under tobacco, which still smelled amazing. It's amazing to me that tobacco, that the FDA and everybody else say is such a bad thing. When you go into those those barns, the air is so crisp and so clean. It almost smells like after a real good spring rain. Really, really nice. Would you agree with that, Chief?
What was that?
Talking about the smell of the tobacco in the barn. It smelled so clean and so fresh. The air just
For me, as soon as because we drove to Kentucky, as soon as we got about an hour out, you could just smell
it's true.
because they don't just do it at that farm, like they do it at a bunch of farms in that area. Like the Kentucky Fire Cure process is a bunch of barns within Tennessee and Kentucky. The Fire Cure process, I should say, because I'm sure they do it in other places too. I don't know. For me, it's like I know I have grown pretty well accustomed to the smell of hardwood smoke, hot smoke that's not dirty. It smells good. It's got a little bit of that sweet tinge to it. So I was in heaven as soon as we got about an hour out from the farm, maybe a little closer. But that's one of the things that I love the most about the Kentucky Barn Smoker is when I come home, all my clothes smell like the Kentucky Barn Smoker. And that's one of my favorite things about the whole entire thing. How do you say that? It smells like petrichor. That's the smell of the early dew. Is that what petrichor is? Maybe the ozone, that clean smell.
Mm-hmm.
I did go back and count. It is 800 through 5 people. Rob the barber from Barber and Cigar with 20. Fireborn's on board with 500. Michael Zakovet has pledged 125. Charles Adamson has pledged 100. Michael Carter has pledged $55. We have got 22 minutes to find that $700 if we want to see Chief's beard gone and the subsequent photography that Chief is going to do with a 70 to 200 millimeter lens. But no, the Charles Adamson's funny. Air conditioned outhouse was the place to cool off. I tell you, the barn, it was the best place to sit for me. The wind comes through at the right speed because the barn's full of people. It's full of tobacco. It's not like a dust storm being kicked up in there, which kind of surprised me. When we showed up for the walkthrough on Friday, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be Dust Bowl 2.0 from Connecticut a couple years ago. But it was relatively nice. Weather, I was hoping it was going to be a little chillier because it did get warmer as the day went on. I wore a short sleeve shirt and I wore shorts. So I didn't sweat out because the 2022 year I wore a long sleeve shirt, the green one, like this one, that's long sleeves, and sweat my stuff off. So I really enjoyed that. I love going to the Kentucky Barn Smoker. I really enjoy the Kentucky Barn Smoker. It was my first barn smoker. I love it every time I get the chance to go. Hope I get to go to many more in the future as Drew Estate continues to hopefully to do barn smokers forever. I would love for that to happen. But I'm Florida. I only get to do 2 barn smokers this year. I didn't go to the first one, obviously. Going to the Florida barn smoker this year is my last one of the year, so it's a little sweet, so bittersweet that I'm not gonna be going to another barn smoker after this one this year. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather has taken a little break. I can't wait to go to the hotel. It's got a fantastic pool. Bring in my swimsuit this go around. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's not the hotel that we're not allowed to go back to anymore.
Seemed like there were a lot of broken tobacco leaves
True.
in the barn floor, kept the dust down. I didn't even think about that being a reason why.
There was a lot of tobacco on the ground.
Which I will say from the first few Kentucky barn smokers that we went to, the tobacco used to be like I wouldn't have been able to walk through without ducking my head because the tobacco came down that low.
And the sprinklers.
Yeah, had to go buy some orange tape to tie off the sprinkler head so nobody would run into them. Hopefully, not run into them. But yeah, no. Since last week, there hasn't been too much come across the waves for press releases. We talked a little bit last week about the Drew Estate Freestyle Live. And the new Girl with No Name Size being taken across the country. Actually, the photos that I posted today of me smoking in the Pumpkinhead that I started off the stream with tonight, this Pumpkinhead right here, I was smoking the new Dias de los Muertos cigar. I tell you what, that is the sweetest
I haven't got one
tip
of those.
Deadwood cigar on the market.
Haven't had it.
Jay Bates gave me one in Kentucky as a gift, and it is the sweetest of them all. I think it might be my favorite out of all of them. Now, I have not had the Girl with No Name yet, so I'm not sure if I would like that one more or not. But
We have some up in the humidor.
I'm going to Tour de Liga. Getting a hotel was tough. Spring training open. Oh, goodness. I bet that is going to be, man.
Did you see the press release from PCA about consumers being able to get a consumer membership? They can't go to PCA. They can't go to
They can go to the pre-party?
No, they can't go to any of that, but they actually get quarterly magazines and they get some other benefits. They can also take the tobacco school classes. You get the basic tobacco class. I forget what it's called, tobacco college or something like that. You can go take that class and it's
at
free.
PCA?
No. You can take it online.
Oh,
you take it; it's free, and then you can pay $150 for the Tobacco One license, which levels you up to be a basic tobacconist, and then you can get up to a Tobacco 3 or 4.
You know what? I don't know. Do you think this is fair? If somebody else, now that we are 17 minutes away from calling it quits for the night, I don't know how serious Fireborn was about trying to finish off. I think if Fireborn said, you know what, let me do that last $700, whatever, I will give him a second entry into the wheel.
If Fireborn sends you $1,250, I think you ought to just send him some cigars.
Maybe you're right. Maybe that
would be. I mean,
just kick him some cigars just for the heck of it.
This is your rodeo. I know. I have no knowledge of any of this, but I mean, that's if that's ridiculously huge.
If he jumps in with another $700, right? Which I'm not even sure if he's still watching. If he were to jump in with another $1,700, he will have his current entry in, and then he'll get an automatic package sent to him. So he could technically win twice. But that's if he were to kick in the $700 to finish it off. So he could win 30 cigars. 10 from Sammy, 10 from me, and then another 10 from me if he did that. He said, Fireborn is here. How bad do I want that beard? I mean, I don't want to fly back with a bag full of hair because I don't want to mail you my beard because you might be into some genetic testing weird stuff over there. Maybe we get a plaque made for you back here on the wall that says Chief had his beard taken by Fireborn. I'm conflicted in this. I want to help my buddy out, but his beard is precious. Don't be conflicted, Jay. TSA wouldn't let me board my flight. Ron Maggio, looks like I almost missed a big show. How are you doing, brother? Good morning over there. Luckily my ID doesn't have a big old beard on it, so it wouldn't be that dramatic of a change on the ID picture. Fireborn's gonna stick at the 500, but maybe in the future.
You know, you could always do it for the first Barn Smoker next year, and you could hype it up a little bit. I mean, you could lead up to it and say, hey, on such and such a Chief Talk we're going to do, and then you talk about it a couple, 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance, because you only have 20 some odd people at peak.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of a big ask, but if you let them know ahead of time, then
this was a spur of the moment kind of sort of thing. You know, this
I had no knowledge of this at all.
This was hey, I'm going to the Barn Smoker next week. It's almost instant gratification. You know, you would just have to wait 8 days for the live stream to come up, and then the video would be posted and the beard would be taken off. So I don't know if I'll run it again or not. This was a kind of fly by the seat of my pants thing. I just, want to buy that lens, and I thought, hey, this could be a perfect opportunity to do it. So, like I said, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. I get to keep the beard. But if it happened, hey, it happened for a fantastic cause. I get to continue to pursue my dream of being a photographer and making money through photography.
Well, you get your taxes back in January.
No, probably March. How long have you had that beard? I have had this beard I have not had a clean shaven face since I went through chemotherapy in 2012. I have had a beard on my face since 2012. So that's 12 years of having a beard on my face. It'll be 12 years in December. Well, I didn't start growing my hair back until 2013. So I have not had a clean shaven face, since chemotherapy 2012. So, but absolutely, the fact that we were able to get to $800 pledge kind of blew my mind that it even got that high. So, maybe I do run this in the future. I'm not, like I said, it was kind of a spur of the moment, seat of my pants. Let's, do this. Let's see what happens. I had testicular cancer, Ron, and thank you. What lens am I looking at? I am looking at a 70 to 200 millimeter lens from Sony. It is the regular G Master lens. The 70 to 200 millimeter that allows for a very broad range of photography, especially when it comes to and videography, especially being the Sony G Master, which is the premier lens for all Sony cameras. But it offers stuff that you can do. You can get closer to a subject with having a wider field of view, or you can get really far away from a subject and get a closer point of view, as to where the lens that I currently run with is stuck. It's a prime lens at 50 millimeters, and it's a macro lens, which it does great. 95% of the footage from PCA this year is with that lens. All of my photos on Instagram since February have been with that lens. It's a fantastic lens. Love that lens to death. Would not stop using that lens. Just the 70 to 200, the 24 to 70 millimeter allows me to do more in the sense of like portrait photography, videography, in that realm of being able to zoom. It's a zoom lens, right? So you can, while my current lens, the only way to zoom is to actually move closer to a subject or farther away from subject, where with the 70 or the 24 to 70, you can stay in one spot and you can zoom in or you can zoom out and get more of a wider range field of view, so to say. The 24 isn't close enough to make it feel like a fisheye, but it means that you can get pretty close up on something and have a pretty good field of what you're looking at, instead of something that's more locked in narrow like I currently have. So like when we were at PCA this year, there were 2 times when I almost ran out of space to be able to pull the camera back far enough to get, I think it was with Leffen Loms. No, it was JC Newman and Steve Saka, because you and Steve Saka take up a lot of space on the chair and the couch. And luckily I had my boy Photos Tapiros with me, Mike and Chris Duque there to help block off people from walking up into the shot.
Which they still do.
It's inevitable, especially with Steve Saka.
Agreed.
He's so personable and so kind, and everybody wants to talk to him. You know, we block out an hour's time slot, and you take it. You take that full time.
And
where,
then some.
Where there are some people, they don't end up, hanging out with us, long enough to, we do like a 5-minute thing and that's it.
One year I ran off Kevin Shahan. The next year I ran off Tim Swanson. I said, look, you're in my time. You got to go. Come on. Get up. Because I just enjoy sitting down and talking.
Well, that's one thing that I'm really good at.
Interview I had was sitting back and just chatting because,
One of the things that I'm really good at with being the chief for the Bob the Cigar Guy channel is making sure we have our time slots filled. And when in making sure, and you helped me out a lot, especially the first year we did PCA, with trying to figure out where places were and where to go. Because it's not like you can just map your show. Oh, let me start here and just work my way across the show. When you make your reservations with these companies, it's like you almost take what they give you.
Right.
And sometimes I think last year, My Father, Adventura were 2 companies that they sent me times and I had already booked those times. And they were like, well, come at this time and maybe we'll have somebody for you. Unfortunately, we didn't get Foundation last year because Nicholas Melillo was just booked solid the whole entire time.
Yeah. Which was sad because he seemed like he was sad as well. But now PCA, one of the things they don't do well is they have these little screens printed out that you walk up and you can see where you are. The print is so bad you can't see the names on them of the smaller booths, and they're sparse. You can't find them. They're not high. They need balloons in the air that says that's where your thing is. But what they need to do is they need to put the floor plan on your phone, and then you can just type in the name of the booth, and it gives you directions to get there. I mean, honestly, the technology is there.
What I would prefer. So the first year we were there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and left midday Tuesday. Last year, we were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, left Monday early morning, so we didn't even go to the show on Monday. Mm-hmm. What I wish they would do is that Friday, because the Friday they have like the classes, they have the meetings, they have the party, nothing on the trade show floor, and then Saturday morning they have the trade show floor. On Friday, I wish they would open that up for media to just walk in. Don't, make it to where, media get in trouble if they try to approach somebody and get an interview in, before the show starts. But at least go in and see. Because I learned with the first PCA, when you look at the PCA map, it makes the show feel so much different. When you're actually in there, booths are a lot closer than you think they are. And it's a huge convention hall.
And you get lost because everything's tall.
Well, but the thing with me is like with the map is I was going from one side, down a couple aisles to look for a booth, and come to find out I had actually walked an aisle too far because the booths are smaller in person. Not that they're small, the map just makes them seem bigger. And so I kind of went into that knowing that was going to be somewhat of a feeling going into the second year with PCA. Let's see.
I mean, if they had street signs, if they had the main road street signed out and had it on the map, then you could say, okay, I'm on such and such a street. I just need to go over 2 left. Not every lane needs to be done because they're not all
stuff
straight.
On the floor. But the thing about putting everything on the floor is
everyone's walking on it.
There's so many people in there, and ridiculous. They stand in the aisleways, and so you lose your bearings if you're trying to find stuff on the floor.
Their signage is not the best.
It could use some work.
Yeah. But then again, if you're a shop and you're going to wander anyway, and they kind of want you to wander so you can find the new cigars that you didn't go there for in the first place.
Right.
So you're not just going to your main key
Well,
spots.
and
You're hitting
see,
everything
for the
else.
shops,
but-
right? The shops don't have to find Steve Saka. They don't
Right.
have to find Nick Melillo or whatever, right? They need to find a rep. They contact their reps that come to their shops every single year
Yeah.
for events and who sell them cigars, and they book times with the reps. And so when you go to Steve Saka's booth, you've got two sets of lines basically. You've got the line to meet Steve Saka, and then you've got the line to do stuff with your reps. And the reps they're not there for interviews. We have interviewed reps before, but that's because the owner of the company either wasn't there or they were in a meeting themselves.
Well, they didn't
And
know who we
so-
were.
And so we push, the ability to do, like with Romacraft, we get Sean. I love my boy Sean. We've done Romacraft with him, back-to-back years. And he's super knowledgeable about everything Romacraft. And so it's a great time to just sit and hang with him. And, he brings a whole entire different vibe than so many people that we meet at PCA,
Agreed.
that it's kind of a breath of fresh air to work with Sean when we do the,
But we don't know if we're going this year.
I mean, I hope we'll find out soon. But companies are finalizing their budgets, and we should find out soon. And hopefully we'll, if Drew Estate doesn't want to take us this year or sponsor the show, which they have all the prerogative to do. Hopefully we have enough time to reach out to some other companies that have reached out to us in the past to do some sponsorship work for PCA. We can say, hey, the spot is now yours. Do you want it? Please tell me yes or no. And if you do want it, let's sign the dotted line. Let's get everything, ready to go. And if not, hey, thank you. We're going to go talk to somebody else. With 2 minutes left on the clock, actually, it's a little under 2 minutes. I will run all the way to 10:10, just to see if somebody decided that they wanted to come in late last hour. Make the free throw shot that wins the championship.
The Hail Mary, right?
Full of grace. But we will not have a show next week. Chief Talk will not have a show next week. We're not flying out nearly as early as we were in the beginning. I theoretically could have a show, but I'm still going to be packing, making sure that all my batteries and things like that are charged, making sure that all the tickets are in line and whatnot to be able to get up to the airport and do our thing. But we will not have a show next week. There's probably going to be live streams from Bob the Cigar Guy over on his Facebook from the barn on Saturday.
Absolutely.
So do catch that content.
Because they have good internet there.
The cell phone service is way better there
Yeah.
than it is in some of the other places.
It's good in Kentucky, though. Kentucky was pretty good. Now,
Kentucky's good.
Connecticut
and
was
Pennsylvania are rough.
hit and miss. It's bad.
Louisiana is probably the worst, but we hadn't done Louisiana in a long time. But 10:10, we'll take the board down. Thank you all to everybody who pledged. I can't believe that we got up to 800 in our pledge. Thank you to Rob, the barber from Barber and Cigar, Fireborn, Michael Zakovic, Charles Adamson, and Michael Carter for being willing to pledge the money to shave the beard. I do not hold it against you that you wanted to see this luxurious man scarf taken off my face. I'm sure my wife is probably going to be really happy when I get home tonight or tomorrow, and she says, "Well, are you going to shave your beard?" And I get to tell her no. But again, I don't know if I'll ever do it again.
No, wait, $800. That's over half. What if we just shaved half your beard? Left side, right side.
You know what? Tomorrow, what I'll do is I'll trim half down.
No, you just shave the left side.
Because I'm not buying half a lens.
Shave the left side.
So definitely big thanks to everybody who was willing to participate. It was a lot of fun. I was scared. The fact that we got up to over $700 within the first 10 minutes or so of talking about it, I thought we were just going to blow it out of the park, and I was going to try to find a way to get more money to donate to Cigars for Warriors. But thank y'all for hanging out with us. Let me see. Let me come back over here to this one and say a big thank you to our show sponsors, Drew Estate and Quality Importers. They're show sponsors, not well, Drew Estate sponsors the channel. You obviously have Drew Estate, PCA coverage and things like that. But Quality Importers with coming alongside of us and getting the swag. If you are interested in the swag, you haven't bought the swag, it is over on ChevetteReport.com. It's very top purchase link. The only link in our description takes you to Chevette Report. And we just want to say, again, a big thank you to those guys. Hopefully next year we have some more names to add to the list. Like I said, I did reach out to a few companies through the last 2 weeks. And I haven't heard anything back from them, but they've opened the emails, which is nice. That's at least better than not being open. So hopefully I'll hear something back from them. I know they're all finalizing their budgets here in the next few weeks, for the next few months. Maybe we'll hear something back. But again, thank you all for hanging out with us. We got to 24 tonight early in the show, so we are back on a streak again at 3 weeks in a row. I know the hurricane week is contested. We are still on a little bit of a streak. Hopefully we can get it back up to, I guess we'll restart at the beginning of the year next year for season 7. But again, thank you all for hanging out with us, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a 1-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.